it's me again, Joel, Bisaya reader. Welcome back to another video, and for today, I'm going to recommend you books with LGBTQ plus themes. If you haven't read these books, I highly suggest you need to read them. I personally, after reading them, gave me an impact that definitely, made me really emotional, taught me a lot of lessons. This is the best way for me to recommend books with LGBTQ plus themes since June is Pride Month. We're almost June, and I highly suggest that you need to prepare collecting some LGBTQ plus themes books to celebrate and to support our LGBTQ plus members in the community. So without further ado, these are the books that I highly suggest you need to read as soon as possible if you haven't read them. Just a disclaimer, these books that I'm going to present will not matter according to genres nor categories. So it's just a collection of books that I did read all across genres and categories as long as they have these LGBTQ plus themes. The first book I'm going to recommend to you guys is going to be under the young adult category and contemporary fiction genre, and this is going to be Autobiography. Autobiography is we're following our main character, which is son of the pastor, and the other one is son of the atheist. They met in this class, in a writing class, where the son of the pastor was a substitute teacher. So if you're looking for an LGBTQ themed book, a young adult book that does have or tackles religion as one of the main reasons why people are prohibited to love whoever they want to love, where religion plays a vital or critical role on how the characters in the story reacts or decide. This is really realistic. At the same time, it is not, it does not felt forced. It has a cutesy vibe to it, but at the same time, it's so emotional. This book has great set of characters, and the story was not forced. The writing style was above average. The ending was phenomenal for me. This is also a coming of age story. At the same time, it also tackles the relationship of a member of an LGBTQ child towards his parents, who are completely close-minded or do not support, or parents who do not support the LGBTQ community. So yeah, this is really emotional, and this book will give you a lot of lessons. The next book I highly recommend you guys is going to be another young adult contemporary, and this is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. This is a young adult contemporary fiction also with an LGBTQ plus theme, but also it tackles a lot of mental health problems. So therefore, trigger warnings for this. Before you read this, I need you to make sure, just a warning, that there will be a lot of trigger warnings for depression and suicide. At first glance, you might think that this is a science fiction contemporary, but after reading into it, you'll be able to discover that it's not. It's just a contemporary fiction, and there's just a science fiction twist to it at the beginning. So our main character was abducted by aliens, and he was taken into the spaceship of the aliens and was tasked to press or not press the button. If the main character pressed the button, it will result to the explosion of the Earth, and if he chose not to press the button, he will be able to save the human race. Apparently, our main character is the best candidate for an individual in this planet to press the button, since he's having a really tough life, where he came from a very broken family. He is having a rough relationship towards his older brother and older sister. He's being bullied, and he's also being bullied as a gay guy. He is really lost, and he does have this gender identity crisis. Our other main character, which is a son of a prisoner, is also having some mental health issues, and they find each other in this story, and yeah, they found strength from each other. So I highly suggest you need to check this one. This is very different from Autobiography because this is really dark and does tackle a lot of very serious issues. Aside from LGBTQ themes, it also has a lot of mental health topics that needs to be discussed, needs to be talked about by people in the society. The next book I'm going to present to you guys that you need to check is going to be an adult historical fiction, and this is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. At first, I did not really expect this will be this one will have an LGBTQ theme, but after reading this, I was really amazed. At first, was surprised But I was really amazed of how good this book is. I know that this book was really hyped, which I was kind of scared at first if after reading this the hype will live up to my expectations, but it did, and it actually gave me more than what I expected. This is an adult historical fiction. We are following our main character, Evelyn Hugo. She is a retired, very famous actress in her life, and she invited one not so famous, not so well developed, or just a really common writer, and nobody knows why she did or why she chose this girl, our other main character, to interview her and for her to give a story of her life, her entire life. She's already old now, and she wants to talk to this writer and tell her about her story, and she wants this writer to write a book about her life as a celebrity before that. It's just basically an autobiography of Evelyn Hugo. So this story is at where the writer, our main character, is talking to Evelyn Hugo, and Evelyn Hugo is narrating in chronological order of about her life, and it was dissected into several parts, actually into 7 parts, because each part is composed of one husband of Evelyn Hugo, and she did have, from the title itself, she did had 7 husbands in her entire life. You're going to know Evelyn Hugo deeper as a, which I did not really expect. I was really caught by surprise as how I was emotionally attached, how I was emotionally invested to the story, and then one husband after the other husband after the other husband, the development of the Evelyn Yu character and how the story progressed really blew me away. And at the end, after towards the last husband, I just really caught myself crying. So this is a really emotional book. So if you're looking for an LGBTQ plus themed contemporary historical fiction with, I don't know what. There's actually a lot of aspects of this. It's actually trying to be okay even though your life is not okay. Trying to be strong even though lives are giving you a lot of reasons not to be strong. And if you're looking for a book where you will root and you will want to find yourself emotionally invested to the main character, I highly suggest you need to read this one, because I promise you can't stop yourself loving. You can't stop yourself investing emotions to Evelyn Hugo. Her life is really that captivating, and I was really expecting that it's actually true, because the way Taylor Jenkins Reid wrote the book, it felt that Evelyn Hugo was really real, and sadly she was not. This is fiction, but the way the story and the book was written, it was really impressive, and you can really feel that the emotions, the raw emotions, the expressions in the story was really realistic, and you just have to, you got yourself believing that Evelyn Hugo is really real. So, yeah, I highly suggest you need to read this one. This is my all-time favorite book, one of my all-time favorite reads, and believe the hype. The hype is real. The next book I'm going to recommend to you guys under the LGBTQ, a book with an LGBTQ theme, is going to be the book that I recently finished reading, and this is the 2017 Pulitzer Prize winner for literature, Less by Andrew Sean Greer. I read this because I've been wanting to read Pulitzer Prize for winner for literature. I did enjoy All the Light We Cannot See, which is the winner of 2014. So I read this, and I was quite hesitant at first because of all the physical copies of the Pulitzer Prize winning books that I have right now. This is the one that has a very low average ratings on Goodreads. It has this one has below 4, I think. And I was really shocked and kind of afraid why people don't love this collectively or an average rating. But after reading this one a couple of weeks or a couple of days ago, I caught myself on the fan side. I love this book, and I'm really bothered why other people don't love this. I do get it why people don't love this book. I'll tell you later. But for me personally, based on my personal experience after reading this book, I really love it, and I highly suggest you need to read this as soon as possible. Also, this is a book where we're following our main character Arthur Less. That's why Less is the surname of their main character, Arthur Less. He's a 49-year-old guy. He's about to turn 50, and he's a gay guy who can't get over of his long-term young ex-boyfriend, who was a son of his previous ex-boyfriend also. And they've been together for several years, and then they broke up, and then in the present story, this guy that our main character can't get over with even after several years is about to get married, and he was invited to the wedding. And yeah, he decided to go to the wedding, which is in Italy. But before that, since he was still hurt, since he still loved the guy, he decided to travel around the world before going to Italy. And there were a lot of invitations for him to attend some award events or workshops, to talk to universities. He's a writer, by the way, not a famous writer. And yeah, he decided to accept all of those invitations to teach in the university, to speak in an event, to attend awards night, just to prepare himself emotionally and physically to the upcoming marriage. So he went to Morocco, he went to Japan, he went to Spain, just to get, or just to prepare himself and be less anxious, I think, of what's coming on the wedding. And this one is really emotional and heartbreaking, and this one taught me a lot of lesson. Like, for example, one of the greatest lessons I've learned from this book is that um, you don't have to be afraid of getting old, even though you are a single gay guy, almost going to be, almost 50 years old. Even though you are single, nobody loves you, or a lot of people loves you, but nobody. You don't have that special person who you're married into, and this person that you're going to spend the rest of your lives. You don't have to be afraid, because at the end of the day, we can live without these people. There's still a lot of bunch of people out there, our friends, our families, who are willing to help us and who are willing to be with us no matter what, even though we're single or not, even though we do have children or not. Our main character is suffering from that idea where he does not want to get old because he does not have a child, he does not have a lifelong partner, and he's on denial of his age, and he still can't get over with his ex. Also, this book taught me that we need to really take care of the relationships that we built along the way. Um, the relationships we built when we were younger are more important than the relationships that we're going to build to new people that we met when we get older, because the relationship that we built when we were younger are relationships of people who were able to witness us on that certain part of our life. The people we met when we were 49 years old are not the same to the people we met when we were 12 or 11 or 20 years old, because the people we met when we were 49 years old were just people who saw us when we were 49 years old. They don't know how we think, they don't know how we look like, they don't know how we react to things when we were 20 years old. They don't know us basically for all of those years that they were not part of our life. So, yeah, again, please, this book really taught me to really value all of the relationships, regardless if they are not a good relationship or not, but all relationships that we've built for the past couple of years in our early times of our life are worth saving, because at the end of the day, when we get older, we need these relationships to save us from the oblivious, or to save us from the reality that life is about to end. Will end eventually, regardless of your age. So this is a really emotional, and this one really deserves the Pulitzer Prize for fiction on 2017. The main reason why I can see other people don't love this book is because of the writing style. The writing style of this one was actually kind of new to me, and I was not really used to it. It might put some people off and will think that this book is kind of dragging and boring at first. And I do understand. I can see that's the main reason why people will not love this, but I highly suggest you need to push and motivate yourself to finish this book, because great things or epic things about this book will happen towards the end. And I do understand if you do find yourself having a hard time reading in the first part of this, but again, continue reading and you'll just caught yourself crying and caught yourself speechless of the things that you're going to learn from this one. Highly deserved the Pulitzer Prize winner for literature in the year 2017. And yeah, those are the books that I highly recommend you guys. They need to read under um, different categories, different genres, as long as they have the LGBTQ theme stories. So I hope you did enjoy. If you have read any of these books, please like this video. Leave some comments down below. What do you think about these books? Do you love them? Do you have issues with them? I want to discuss these with you guys in the comment section down below. Please subscribe and like this video. My name again is Joel, the Bisaya reader, and take care and happy Pride Month. Bye bye.